You tap Buy Now at 9:17 on a Tuesday night. By Wednesday afternoon, a cardboard box is sitting beside your door, as if the product had been waiting just down the street. Sounds simple. It is not. That 24-hour promise is the visible tip of a system that began making decisions about your order, days, weeks, and sometimes months before you clicked. In 2025, Amazon says more than 13 billion items reached Prime members worldwide on the same day or the next day. More than 8 billion of those items were delivered in the United States. Prime itself started in 2005 with free 2-day delivery on roughly 1 million eligible products. Today, Amazon says more than 300 million items can ship free with Prime, with tens of millions eligible for same-day or next-day delivery. The physical machinery behind that promise is equally large. By mid-2025, Amazon had deployed its 1 millionth robot across a robotics network spanning more than 300 facilities. And the boxes are not moving through one kind of building. They pass through a patchwork of receiving centers, fulfillment centers, sortation centers, air gateways, delivery stations, partner facilities, and local routes. A single order may touch several computer systems and several buildings before anyone rings your doorbell. The first counterintuitive idea is something supply chain operators call available to promise. An item being in stock is not enough. It must be in stock at a location that can physically get it to your address before the promised deadline, with enough labor, conveyor capacity, truck space, and delivery route capacity still available. The promise on the product page is therefore not a marketing guess. It is a live calculation. When Amazon shows delivery tomorrow, the system is effectively reserving a path through the network. It is asking, which copy of this item should be used? Which building can pick it? Which truck can carry it? Which delivery station can absorb it? Which route can reach the address? And can every handoff happen before its internal cutoff? In warehouse language, those cutoffs are often called critical pull times, the last safe moment an order can leave one stage and still make the next stage. That is why the process really starts before the order exists. Amazon first has to predict what people in each area are likely to buy. Sunscreen should be near Cape Cod before a warm weekend. Ski goggles should be near Boulder before snow arrives. Phone chargers should be everywhere, because humanity has apparently agreed to lose them continuously. Amazon says its newer forecasting model analyzes hundreds of millions of products each day and has improved regional forecasts for millions of popular items by about 20%. Those forecasts tell Amazon how to position inventory. A seller or supplier may send a truckload into a receiving point. From there, cartons are checked, scanned, and directed toward fulfillment centers. The system does not simply place every product in one giant national warehouse. It spreads copies across the country, trying to balance three competing risks: too little stock near demand, too much stock sitting idle, and too many transfers between buildings. This is the first layer of speed, moving the product close to you before you want it. A next-day order can survive a slow final van. It cannot survive starting 2,000 miles away unless Amazon pays for faster transportation. Distance is the enemy, but inventory is expensive. Every extra copy tied up in a regional warehouse is cash sitting on a shelf, and every wrong forecast can become a markdown, a return to the seller, or dead stock. Then you click. Within milliseconds, Amazon's systems check payment, fraud risk, address information, inventory ownership, and the delivery promise. The item may be sold directly by Amazon or by an independent seller using Fulfillment by Amazon. In that second case, the seller owns the product, but Amazon stores it, picks it, packs it, delivers it, handles customer service, and often processes the return. The order management system now chooses a fulfillment node. The closest building is not always the winner. One site may have the item but no remaining capacity before tonight's truck cutoff. Another may have 3 copies, but 2 are already reserved for earlier orders. A third may be slightly farther away, but can pack the order immediately and send it directly to the correct delivery station. The software is optimizing the whole chain, not just the first mile. It may also decide to split the order. If you buy toothpaste, a laptop stand, and dog food, the 3 items might be stored in 3 different facilities. Combining them into one box could require an extra transfer and miss the promise. Shipping 3 packages costs more, but waiting to consolidate them costs time. Amazon's own annual report warns that split shipments, complementary shipping upgrades, and long-distance shipping zones increase costs, especially during the holiday season. Once the order is assigned, the fulfillment center begins the physical work. In a robotics facility, Products are often stored in tall, movable pods. The arrangement looks random because it mostly is. A paperback may sit beside a bottle of vitamins, a toy dinosaur, and a replacement faucet cartridge. Random storage prevents workers from wasting time maintaining neat category aisles and allows the system to use almost every open space. The computer remembers exactly where each item is. Mobile robots travel across a restricted floor, guided by two-dimensional barcodes. Slide under the correct pod, lift it, and bring it to a picking station. The worker does not walk through 20 aisles looking for a product. The shelf comes to the worker. A light or screen identifies the correct compartment. The worker removes the item, scans it, checks it, and places it into a tracked tote. That robot is not acting alone. It is participating in a traffic system. Hundreds or thousands of mobile units must avoid collisions, keep workstations supplied, return pods to storage, and leave clear paths for maintenance. Amazon's newer robotic systems go further. Sequoia, introduced in 2023, was designed to identify and store incoming inventory up to 75% faster and reduce the time required to process an order through a fulfillment center by as much as 25%. The tote then travels through the building. If your order contains multiple items, a process called sortation brings those items together. Machines and workers direct the right products toward the same packing station. The system selects packaging based on size, weight, fragility, and shipping method. A soft item may go into a paper mailer. A rigid or delicate item gets a box. Some products can ship in their own manufacturer packaging, avoiding a second box entirely. At packing, the order receives a shipping label. That label is more than your address. Its barcode links the package to a route plan, service level, promised date, weight, and destination building. Automated scanners can read packages from several angles, while scales check whether the weight matches what the system expects. If a box should weigh 1.8 pounds but measures 1.1, something may be missing. The package is diverted before the error reaches your doorstep. Now the clock becomes harsher. The package must leave before the critical pull time. Missing a truck by 5 minutes does not create a 5-minute delay. It can create a 12-hour delay, because the next scheduled movement may not happen until the next operating cycle. This is one reason fulfillment centers work in waves. Orders are grouped around outbound departures, not processed as a calm first-in, first-out queue. From the fulfillment center, the package enters the middle mile. This is everything between the warehouse and the local delivery station. A trailer may go directly to a delivery station, but many packages first pass through a sortation center. There, boxes are grouped by destination, often down to zip code areas, then consolidated into fuller truckloads. A package traveling farther may pass through an Amazon Air gateway. In 2022, Amazon said its air fleet had grown to more than 110 aircraft. The middle mile is less visible than the final van, but it determines whether next-day delivery is economically possible. Trucks need to leave full enough to keep cost per package low, yet early enough to preserve the promise. Waiting another hour may add hundreds of packages to a trailer and improve efficiency. It may also cause every package already inside to miss the next building's cutoff. The system is constantly trading utilization against time. Late at night or early in the morning, the package reaches a delivery station near you. This building is not a warehouse in the normal sense. It holds packages briefly, usually for hours rather than weeks. Employees unload trailers, scan packages, and sort them into bags or carts associated with individual delivery routes. Newer stations use 6-sided scanners, computer vision, and projection systems to identify packages and point workers toward the correct route container. The route itself is built by software. It has to consider package volume, vehicle capacity, road restrictions, apartment access, promised delivery windows, driver work time, traffic patterns, and the inconvenient fact that streets do not behave like clean lines on a map. A suburban loop with 180 stops is different from 180 apartment deliveries, and both are different from 80 rural stops spread across 150 miles. Most Amazon-branded vans are operated through Delivery Service Partners, or DSPs. These are independent small businesses contracted to run delivery fleets. By 2025, Amazon said the program included about 2,600 U.S. business owners, supported roughly 210,000 driving jobs, and had generated nearly $50 billion in revenue for those companies. Amazon controls much of the technology, routing, standards, and customer experience, while the partner employs and manages the drivers. The driver loads packages in route order, leaves the station, and begins the final mile. This is often the most expensive and least predictable part. One van is now moving small quantities to individual addresses, rather than thousands of packages between large buildings. Parking disappears, elevators break, gates need codes. Dogs hold strong opinions about commerce. A single incorrect apartment number can consume more time than several normal stops. The delivery app guides the driver, confirms the package, records the drop location, and often captures a photo. But the system is still relying on a person to interpret the real world. The map may show one front door when the property has 6. A rural address may be hundreds of yards from the road. A downtown stop may require circling the block twice. The final 30 feet can be harder than the previous 300 miles. All of this happens while the network absorbs the unglamorous work that never stops. Trailers arrive late, conveyors jam, barcode labels wrinkle. Robots need batteries and maintenance. Weather closes roads and airports. Workers call in sick. A best-selling product suddenly goes viral. A truck reaches its legal weight limit before it runs out of space. Another fills with pillows and runs out of space long before it reaches its weight limit. Peak season magnifies everything. Amazon's annual report says a disproportionate share of retail sales occurs in the fourth quarter. Capacity that looks excessive in May can become essential in December. But buildings, robots, leases, and managers still cost money in May. The network must be large enough for holiday demand without becoming an expensive collection of half-empty facilities during quieter weeks. The accounting shows how relentless that burden is. In 2025, Amazon reported $102.7 billion in shipping costs. It separately reported $109.1 billion in fulfillment costs, equal to 15.2% of total company sales. Those categories include much more than the box on your porch, but together they show the scale of the machine required to make fast delivery feel free. The two expense lines totaled almost $212 billion. The single structural weak point is inventory placement. A broken conveyor can be bypassed. A delayed truck can sometimes be replaced. A delivery route can be reassigned. But if the product is not near the customer when the order arrives, every downstream stage inherits the problem. The system must either move the item farther, move it faster, split the order, upgrade transportation, or break the promise. None of those fixes stays local. Suppose a popular coffee filter is stocked in the correct region. It may travel 20 miles to a delivery station and 12 more miles on a route. Put the same filter in the wrong region, and it might cross 800 miles, require an extra sort, consume scarce trailer or aircraft capacity, arrive later at the delivery station, and force the local operation to process it in a tighter window. One placement error can become 5 operational problems. This is why forecasting accuracy matters more than warehouse speed. Amazon says its newer model improved regional forecasts by about 20% for millions of popular products. That improvement does not mean every prediction is correct. It means more items begin in the right place. At Amazon's scale, even a 1 percentage point shift can affect tens of millions of units, truckloads of inventory, and large amounts of working capital. The best illustration came from Amazon's own network redesign. During the pandemic, online demand surged. By late 2021, Amazon said it had nearly doubled the size of its fulfillment network since the pandemic began. More buildings and more capacity helped the company handle volume. But the US system still behaved largely like one national network. An order could be fulfilled from a distant site because the software saw the whole country as one connected pool. Then the problem changed. Demand growth cooled. Excess distance became expensive. And the company turned from expansion toward efficiency. In 2023, Amazon divided its US fulfillment network into 8 regions. Each region was designed to carry a broad enough selection to fulfill most local orders without reaching across the country. The important change was not a faster conveyor. It was a boundary. That boundary forced better placement decisions. Popular products had to be stocked inside the region where they were likely to sell. Long national movements became exceptions rather than the default escape hatch. By July 2023, Amazon said the average distance between its sites and customers had fallen 15% since the start of the year. It also reported 12% fewer touchpoints in the middle mile. The concrete ending was faster delivery at lower cost. Amazon reported record Prime speeds in 2023, then broke those records again in 2024 and 2025. The redesign worked because it removed motion rather than accelerating motion. A package that never crosses 3 extra states does not need a faster truck. It needs no truck at all for those miles. That logic is now reshaping the entire retail industry. The competitive advantage is no longer simply having the biggest warehouse. It is having inventory close enough to customers and enough local nodes to turn that inventory into routes. Traditional retailers are converting stores into miniature fulfillment centers because the buildings are already near population. Target said its stores fulfilled more than 97% of total merchandise sales in each of the 3 years through 2025, including store purchases and online orders handled through shipping, pickup, or same-day delivery. Walmart said by early 2026 that its network could reach 95% of U.S. households in under 3 hours. Amazon, meanwhile, announced more than $4 billion of investment to expand its rural network to over 200 delivery stations. The race is moving from 2-day shipping towards same-day, scheduled delivery, and in dense markets, delivery measured in minutes. Amazon's same-day facilities combine storage, fulfillment, sortation, and dispatch in one site. By December 2023, those sites had delivered their billionth U.S. package. The fewer buildings an order must visit, the fewer cutoffs it can miss. The margin between a good outcome and a bad one is surprisingly thin. In the good scenario, the item is already inside the customer's region. The order uses one fulfillment center, one middle-mile movement, one delivery station, and one route. Amazon's regionalization effort showed what this can do at scale: 15% less distance and 12% fewer middle-mile touchpoints. The package arrives faster, the trailer is fuller, and fewer workers have to handle it. In the bad scenario, the item is 800 miles away, the local building is out of stock, and the first available trailer has already closed. The company can wait and miss the next day, or pay to upgrade transportation. If the order contains 3 items from 3 locations, it may become 3 packages and 3 last-mile handling events. A 5-minute miss at one cutoff can turn into a 12-hour wait for the next cycle. The financial difference can disappear inside small percentages. In 2025, Amazon's North America segment produced $29.6 billion of operating income on $426.3 billion of sales, a margin of about 7%. The international segment earned $4.75 billion on $161.9 billion, about 3%. Those segments include higher-margin advertising, subscriptions, and seller services, so the economics of moving an individual low-priced item can be thinner still. So why keep promising speed? Because the package is not the whole business. Fast delivery makes Prime more valuable, reduces the temptation to visit another retailer, and increases the number of situations in which Amazon becomes the default answer. A customer who trusts next-day delivery may order toothpaste, batteries, groceries, and a phone cable instead of waiting to build one large cart. More frequent orders create more opportunities for third-party seller fees and sponsored ads. In 2025, Amazon generated $172.2 billion from third-party seller services, including commissions and fulfillment or shipping fees. It generated another $68.6 billion from advertising services and $49.6 billion from subscriptions. The logistics network helps create the traffic and reliability that make those businesses valuable. The box may carry a low-margin product, but the platform surrounding the box can earn money several different ways. There is also control. Owning more of the delivery chain gives Amazon data about demand, inventory, route performance, address difficulty, package dimensions, delivery timing, and returns. It can redesign packaging, move stock, alter promises, and add capacity without waiting for an outside carrier to change. Amazon's annual report even says it views shipping offers as effective marketing tools and intends to keep offering them indefinitely. Amazon's 24-hour delivery isn't really about moving packages faster. It's about removing distance before the order exists.